for great adult children.
Awesome.
It's definitely in the community. And he did run for Senate 2 years ago, what?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. So he was...
Let's talk about the founding of the Distinguished Gentleman's Club.
Absolutely. So about 8 years ago.
You said you're a mother, so how many children?
I have 5 kids.
Okay.
They started saying that I was their African American, and they got this from our president. You know, they were noted by
What were you doing when you were child? The first or the second time? Before the first time.
So I was in and out.
Good. Awesome. So that really is a great place to transition.
And who is sitting across from me or beside me is never going to sway that.
Listen, man. One, I'm not gonna cry on this episode.
Yeah.
I made it through all of these episodes. I think I've cried once in Congress. What are the things that you're most proud of accomplishing? You know, as a congressman and as Whip.
Real Talk with ReZsaun.
Yo. Hello, world, and welcome back to Real Talk with ReZsaun, when nothing's off limits. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me, and I appreciate that. I am your host, ReZsaun Lewis. Now, here on Real Talk with ReZsaun, everything's debatable, so on any given week, we could be discussing anything from sports to music to politics. You name it, we'll discuss it. What'd you say?
You name it.
We'll
name it.
All right, you name it, we'll discuss it. Oh, you trying to do a back and forth thing? Okay, let's do it again. What? Nothing's off limits. Oh, you messed it up. You name it, we'll discuss it. I am your host, ReZsaun Lewis. Now, for those who are new to the show, Real Talk ReZsaun has a goal of shining a light on the great things and the great people that are all around us. It started out in a small little room in Summerville, South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina, and now we've expanded to the Central Time Zone. Shout out to the Central Time Zone. Shout out to everybody who doing what they do. Y'all already know what time it is. But tonight, before I introduce my guest, I have to introduce my guest host.
Hello.
Tell them about yourself.
I'm Isis, and this is my dad.
I am her dad. And you like to sing.
Yes, I like to sing.
All right. She's giving the great content today. But like I said, we have a goal of shining a light on the great people and the great things that are all around us here, not only in the Low Country, but beyond and beyond and beyond. And tonight I have a very special guest. This young lady, I'm going to tell the story when she comes on, but she's an amazing young woman. I'm excited to talk to her. I'm excited to bring her to the Real Talk audience, Real Talk family. Please introduce Miss Rachel Webb. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I am living life, just smiling here in the Central Time.
So what city are you in?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas, baby. All right. Okay. Home of the Cowboys. Are you a Cowboy fan?
You know, I think because my mom is, yes.
Okay. I just want to go ahead and establish
Football.
I am a Niners fan.
Nice.
I've only been to Dallas once. And it was to see the Cowboys play the Niners, and we won. So that's the only time I'm going to mention that.
Yeah.
Turn my hat back around. But you don't care about sports, so I like it. I
love sports. I actually grew up running track. I played basketball, soccer, tennis, all those sports.
So you are a sports fan.
I'm a sports fan, but I don't follow it that much.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So for those in the audience who do not know you, please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Rachel Webb. I am a singer, songwriter, vocal coach, wedding singer, musical theater artist, all of that from Dallas, Texas, as we just spoke about. I've been singing in church since I was 7 years old, and just recently have gotten seriously into worship leading. So that's something I'm really excited about.
Okay.
But other than that, I just graduated from college at Texas State University.
TSU.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, TSU is Texas Southern, and I think that one's all. Yeah.
Really?
But
okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So do y'all call yourself Texas TSU? Do y'all use the letters or? No. Okay. Cool. So she says, "Whose mic is really low, Jonathan? I see you. It's her mic low or is her mic low? Jonathan, tell me. I'll keep going. I'm not sure. It's probably Isis because her mic was literally low on her thing, so you got to talk up here. This is her first time doing an interview. So my daughter Isis is actually joining us for this interview because she is a big singer. She loves to sing. So I also want to tell you why she's a part of this. So so first of all, there's this great app out there if you guys don't know about it, and you're not an iPhone user, called Clubhouse. And on this app, people come in and have these great conversations and do like they have really dope conversations. They drop gems and you get financial advice and they have these different rooms where people are singing and stuff. And one night they were holding auditions for the Clubhouse rendition of Dream Girls. And me and my daughter was sitting and listening to it because she like anytime there's singing involved, me and her have to be like we have to be on it. So we were listening to all the singers. And then this young lady came to the stage and started singing. And I was like, whoa, who is that? And I immediately reached out to you as soon as you finished, like before they even picked you. And I was like, yo, I got to interview you. So first of all, how'd you get into singing?
My mom is a singer and my dad plays drums. They met in a band and then, fell in love. But music has always been a part of my family. And so then there was a point in time when my mom started putting me into talent shows. And so I was just working on my craft at that young age, the way that my mom had me to do so. So I would be in talent shows, we'd travel, we would audition. I would audition for like America's Got Talent, knowing that's not a singer show. And like maybe one or two singers in the whole, like all of the seasons would win, but we've always been looking for exposure.
Yeah. Okay. So you've auditioned for America's Got Talent. What else?
The Voice, American Idol. That's it.
That's crazy. And so did you make like the final rounds of any of them?
No, but there was a point when I was able to go straight to the executive producer rounds. So that's cool.
It's cool, but with your voice, like that's crazy. So I also sing, right? And I've been to American Idol tryouts twice. And both times it was like I don't know what it was, but they didn't pick me. Let's just put it that way. And so like, but I remember being there and thinking there's so many amazing singers here. And like all of them were just being like led to the door like it was nothing. Did you feel in that experience like maybe like it was more about the show than it was about actually finding the talent sometimes?
Definitely. Yeah, these are great shows. They're on television and people love them. I do have to sort of critique the process because it's more about the story. A lot of times people don't care about what you sound like, as long as you have a good story to use to catapult you into the mainstream television. So I actually had somebody say, Rachel, you actually have a big testimony. You should share it. And I'm like, I'll share it when God leads me to share my testimony. You know what I'm saying?
Come through, somebody. Come through. You got a question?
Yes, I do have a question.
All right.
My first question is, how old were you when you first started singing?
I was around 6 or 7 in the church choir. Yeah. What about you?
Put the mic to your mouth.
She
didn't expect me to ask questions.
Oh, sorry, I'm the.
No. You don't know when you started singing?
Probably like your age.
Isis was around like when she first started like singing. She used to sing in the gospel choir and stuff when she was a lot younger. She doesn't remember because she was really young, but now she's actually a vocal student at the School of the Arts. So she likes it. Did you go through any like School of the Arts programs or anything like that?
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I did that in high school. My last 2 years of high school, I went to what's called Booker T. Washington High School for the Performing and Visual Arts. Long name. But if you know who Erykah Badu is, she was in that program actually for dance, and nobody knew that.
Wow.
Yeah.
What other like are there any other like big names that came out of that school?
All of the people, most of the people in God's Property that was part of Kirk Franklin's like his crew.
Lately,
Mhm.
I've been going through some things that's really got me down. So you
Down.
sing gospel. So you sing gospel, and I watched the video where you and the young lady were doing the mashup of the Black National Anthem.
Oh,
And like
yeah.
first of all, y'all killed it. First of all,
Thank
like
you.
killed it. Um, and the young lady was like, she was like Kirk Franklin's daughter's best friend or something like that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like you just got mad friends that are like mad famous like that.
I have a feeling Jada Arnell is going to be famous in the next 30 minutes. Like she's so driven and like there's an anointing on her life.
Mm.
But also she does have those connections. Like she was in, this is her story, so I probably shouldn't be telling it, but she was like in cheerleading with Kennedy at a young age. And so then they became really close friends and now they're like buddy buddy.
Yeah, but y'all's voices, like the thing I liked about hearing y'all sing, because a lot of times when you hear, especially like in like social media singing, people don't really focus on the blend and the tone of their vocals. And you
Mhm.
guys, when y'all were singing together, it definitely you could tell that you weren't like trying to outshine each other. It was more about how do we get the right tone, the right pitch. How long
Yeah.
have y'all been singing together?
We have been singing, oh goodness. So I've over 6 years. It's been about 6 years since we've met each other and started singing together.
Okay, cool,
So
cool.
she has an amazing memory. I didn't remember this until she told me this like the day before we did that. But she was like, "Yeah, Rachel, when you met me, you said I want to be your friend. Let's sing together." And so then we had since then been friends. But we've been singing together since then. We were in an a cappella group together called Young, Gifted, and Black Artists.
Ah.
There were 7 of us in total. 5 of us went to school together. The other, well, 6 of us went to school together. The other one went to another school in the Dallas area.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so how much of that like group singing have you done as opposed to like soloing?
I actually have done a lot of group singing. In high school, I was part of the gospel choir. I was part of a chamber choir on the side called Meister Singers. I really, really enjoyed choral singing in high school, both at the art school and my original high school, which is DeSoto, Texas. That's, I grew up in DeSoto.
Okay.
That's about 15 minutes south of Dallas. Anyway, but back to the group singing. Choral singing has been my thing since middle school. And then you get college, because YGBA, we were together for all of high school.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were like gigging around Dallas to little galas and banquets and things like that. And then I get to college and I joined an a cappella group, another one called Vocal Libre. So, and if you know who Bay Turner is, I don't know if you know who that is, but no? Okay. Well, he was part of the Dream Girl auditions. He was like, they were talking about how this man came in and just sounded like, so good. But anyway, you know that part in Dreamgirls where Jimmy Early's song is stolen by the white guys?
Oh, yes, I remember him.
Yes, he's the one.
Cadillac. I heard that guy when he auditioned. That was him?
Yes, Bay, yeah.
Oh,
we went to college together.
Okay.
And we were both in Vocal Libre together. And so, yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, I've been singing by myself throughout, but mostly in those groups settings.
Okay.
My second question is, do you expect to become a famous singer in the future?
That's a good question, because fame is a touchy subject. I see a lot of people who are famous, and I'm going to get really deep. Sorry.
Cook.
I see a lot of people who are famous, and I worry about the feelings that they have on the inside. If there's anybody who knows me personally, you'll know that I'm an empath. So what anybody else is feeling, whether I can see them face to face or not, I can feel sort of how they're feeling. And I recognize that a lot of people who have a lot of fame don't really have a lot of happiness. And I don't look forward to something like that. I believe that I have a lot of followers right now. 6,000 followers is pretty cool for me, But but I don't know if I want to be famous. I don't know if I want my life to be in the spotlight. I don't know if I want my choices to be construed on social media the way that it is for a lot of people who are quote unquote famous. But I do want to be able to sustain myself, and then one day to be able to pour into my family with wealth, and to continue to have a set, set finances,
Yeah.
set, emotional support system. So, but on the other side, if I were to more notoriety, then I would have to keep my circle small. I have to keep my circle really small. Like the people that I am close to, the people that I share my business with, they'd have to continue to be those people that I trust, which I have a great group of people right now who I trust. So yeah, I don't really want fame, but if it happens, that's something that I'm okay with.
That's beautiful. I love that. You got a follow-up question?
Yes.
To the question that she asked, to her answer?
I said,
do you want to be famous?
Kind of and kind of not.
Okay, so why do you say that? I mean, you can answer it. It's fine. You can't remember? Okay, cool. We're just asking. Thank you for providing that insight into that as well, because it's really important, especially for young girls, to understand that it's not what a lot of people think it is when you finally get to that place. But she has.
Okay, so
yeah.
So the reason why I don't want to be famous is because, like, sometimes like there's a lot of paparazzi, and sometimes like being famous, people hate and they like cause like say things about death threats, and some people just
don't read the comments. Talk. Some people don't.
Yeah, that's what I was
they don't care, right? So maybe if I was famous, right? Maybe instead of people being nice in the comment section, maybe people in there just trying to say evil things to try to tear me down, or to make fun of my daughter, or to make Miss Webb feel less than herself. So I definitely can understand why people would not want to be famous. I remember when I was a kid, I used to how people wish upon a star. So anytime I used to see a star, about Lord, please make I just want to be a famous singer. I want to be famous so bad. And then what I realized is when I got older, I was meant to be a good dad. And that's something that I learned to value and to appreciate. So opportunities like this, are things that I really take value in. So if you don't want to be famous, what are some things that you do aspire to in terms of music?
In terms of music, that's a really good question. I aspire to tell truthful stories and stories that people can grow from in my music. So like I said, I do write music. I don't have anything out right now.
Right.
But I have a lot in my journal. And I'm wary about posting or worry about creating something too quickly because I want it to be really meaningful. So I want the music that I put out, the roles that I will play eventually on a screen or on a stage, to be heartfelt. And I want people to see it and be changed in the moment that they see it, in the moment that they hear the words.
Yeah.
So I aspire to, if there's a following that I gain, I want it to be of people who know what they're going to get,
Yeah.
I don't want people to think that, oh, okay, Rachel is, coming into this fame, and now she's going to change the way that she acts, change the way that she acts. I don't plan on showing my body. I don't plan on adding a whole bunch of profane words in my music, or doing a whole bunch of roles that are like that. So I aspire to that, but I also aspire to reach people's heart. When it comes to worship, I've just recently been able to understand what God is doing. I've been singing gospel music for a long time, but in the industry, you can get to a place of fame and you can get to a place of people praising you because you sound good, or you can lead people to God.
Yeah.
So that's what I aspire to right now.
Yeah.
To be a vessel.
And the crazy thing about is like I remember when like that's even with you singing the songs from Dreamgirls, that's what I felt. Like I honestly felt like I didn't message anybody else that night. Like I'm telling you, you're the only person. You know how some people in Clubhouse, and I'm about to be shady. I'm sorry. You know, some people in Clubhouse just message everybody like, "Yo, I think you're so dope. We should link." Like, nah. Like I only message people that I think are truly phenomenal. So the people that I'm bringing on the show that I've met through Clubhouse are people that I truly felt like I connected with. Like on like there was something about the way you delivered your song that really spoke to me. So I love hearing that because that's definitely who you are. I also love hearing that you are the type of person who has the mindset to realize the power of music and the power of your voice and the things that you have the ability to do just by singing. Even regardless of the words that you sing. You know, I think of somebody like her could sing the phone book.
She could
sing the phone book, and I'm here for it. Tori Kelly could sing the phone book, and I'm here for it. Like the entire phone book, beginning to end, and I'm here for it. But to hear it from you, from somebody who is still aspiring towards it, especially in a time where young ladies, and no shade to nobody who does it, but you know they're doing a lot of crazy things to get extra followers. I love hearing you say, "I have 6,000 followers, and I'm good with that."
Yeah.
You know, some people be like, "Oh my God, oh my God, I only have 6,000 followers, and she has 60,000. What do I need to do to get to where she is?" But instead, you're like, "I'm good where I'm at, and I know that when my growing increases, it's going to be because of who I am and not because of what I'm projecting." So I just wanted to put that out there and just thank you and acknowledge you for that. Wow. My daughter has another question.
Thank you so much.
So this one, I didn't write this song down, but have you made any songs?
I have made a song. Okay, so there's one song that I haven't released, but I kind of want to tweak it up before. But I made this my senior year. It's called "I Can't Imagine." My friend Raleigh, who is an amazing artist, producer, piano player, everything. He has music out on Spotify. Anyway, RALI. But he helped me to create this song. And I can sing a little bit for you.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my gosh. Do I even remember this? I was going through like so much in high school.
You can sing anything else if you want.
What'd you say?
We would love to hear that song or anything else he said.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. So this is "I Can't Imagine." It's like gospel, but like not really, but yes. Okay. Okay. It goes, "I can't imagine the patience it takes to deal with me. Lord, I can't imagine the patience it takes to deal with me. Every day I betray you, then call you my friend. Am I lying to myself when I say that I'm a Christian? So Lord, I can't imagine how loving you've been and will be. I just cannot imagine how you, so power-filled, would share that love with me. If I haven't been a good child or servant or a loyal friend to you, would my idols take this abuse from me and still treat me like you do?
Oh my God.
That was amazing.
Oh my God.
Like those high notes you hit perfectly.
And the low notes, like, oh my gosh. And one, I don't know why you didn't release that song.
You think it's I'm still thinking about it. I'm still marinating on it.
That's fire. I'm a songwriter as well. Like that's fire. Like
your voice is so
and your voice in it. Yes. What were your thoughts, Isis? Share, huh?
Your voice is amazing.
Thank you, Isis. Thank you.
That was really good. So Jordan said, Jordan Johnson, hey Jordan, hey JJ. She says, can you release it? You got to.
I agree.
Listen, that's fire. I love that.
I will. I will.
My wife says, please.
I will for you guys.
All right, thank you so much. And like tag me. And my homeboy Dwayne, shout out to Tiger, says, man, we need that song. So the streets is loving it. The streets is loving it.
Okay.
So you recorded that?
I put it on video because it was just a performance.
Okay.
I got all of my it was senior year. We did this thing at our art school called Creations where we had to collaborate with other clusters. So at my school we call them clusters: music, theater, dance, and visual arts. And so the music cluster had to collaborate with any of the other three. And so I collaborated with some people on dance and I think, and theater. My friend Alexa Lucky did a poem in the middle of it. So,
wow.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, we need that.
Okay.
Yeah, we need that. That's fire. So how long have you been writing?
That was my first song.
That was the first song you wrote?
That was the first I finished. I wouldn't have called myself a writer because I would get to the point of like maybe up to the chorus and be like, okay, I can't do it anymore. Not trusting what it would come out. Yeah.
That's the first song you wrote. Oh my God.
Here's how I know it wasn't me. Okay. Here's how I know it wasn't me. I finished the song.
Okay.
Rachel in her own mind would count herself out as she did in the past so many times.
Yeah.
And so that was the first time I'd ever finished, and the accomplishment that I felt, I was just like, wow, I cannot believe that is something that because again, like I said, I would count myself out. So I never thought that I could do. And so God was literally telling me, you are doing it because I'm giving it to you. It was just like this. He just never stopped.
Yes. Listen, Jordan says, first of all, she says, do you have the video? If you have that video, it needs to go on some social media site immediately so we can all look at it and share it. The second thing she says is, I would love to see the cluster. I would love to see the cluster. And then Jordan said, she's never writing again.
No,
and I think I too am throwing down my pen. Because the first song I wrote was in fifth grade. Yeah. It was called Special Girl. Aww. It was not about deep things like you just talked about, like betraying the Lord. It was called Special Girl. And I still remember it, which is crazy. But that's another thing for another day, because this ain't about me. But yeah, man, I love writing songs. Like that's something I truly love. You know, my daughter Tasha writes music. My daughter Tasha writes and she plays the acoustic as well. Do you play any instruments?
I don't, no.
Are you gonna learn?
Yeah, I want to learn as soon as I get these nails off.
What do you want to learn to play? You gonna play piano or guitar?
Piano. I do want to learn piano because it'll help with my vocal lessons, but it'll also help me. Like if I ever wanted to accompany myself, when I would be able to do that instead of always being like, "Hey, can you help me?" Yeah. Which I love collaborating. Not gonna lie. Like I'm not gonna hold you. I love to collaborate, but
but like it also looks fly when you can like be like, yeah, I'm gonna sing a song.
Exactly.
Like, oh, okay, all right. Well, that's what she's doing. Okay.
Exactly. Trying to be like that.
My fourth.
You don't have to number the questions, I promise.
What are the places you sing at?
Okay.
Or what are your favorite places?
So which your favorite places you performed?
Favorite place that I've ever performed. Okay, so come on, Rachel, come on.
It's okay. We're supportive here at Real Talk ReZsaun.
Oh, I got it. Okay. There's a place here in Dallas called the Black Academy of Arts and Letters. And it is a place that it's a theater connected to the convention center. And my mentor, who was over YGBA, allowed us to sing there. So he has this venue called the Cafe Muse. And so we would go into the Muse. It's like if you go to, like, think of a poetry lounge or like one of those types of places where they do slam poetry. It's one of those, but I was singing. And I was singing. What did I sing? I sang a Lettucey song called I Blame You. And it was so much fun.
Okay.
That night was when I recognized that I had, that I could let go and just sing.
Who are your musical influences?
Lettucey, Stevie Wonder, Avery Wilson, Shalea, Stevie Mackey. There's a long list. Aretha Franklin, Tina Turner, believe it or not. Whitney Houston is at the top of the list. Who else? There's so many more, and I feel like
You're from Texas, and you have yet to say the Texas name and the world name of Beyonce.
I love Beyonce.
Beyonce.
I love Beyonce, but she's not like my most.
Yeah, she's not top of these tops for you.
She's not. She's great, and I love her performance. If somebody were to say which performers influence
Okay, word, I feel that. Okay,
but but I'm not gonna lie though, her music is really, really moving throughout the years. More
so in like the later music than like the early stuff, because like the early stuff they reached for a lot of stuff, but like since she became like her own woman, and you can tell like she's really got control of the sound and the control of what's happening musically, like it's definitely grown leaps and bounds in terms of like longevity as far as like replayability.
Actually, I would say her earlier stuff influenced me more than the new.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what? Like we got to talk about this.
So Destiny's Child.
I love Destiny's Child. I love DC.
All I got in the end is what I found out. It's like these songs, nobody had it for them. They created the sound that they were looking for.
Yeah.
And it became mainstream, and it became something that everybody could relate to. Girl, I can tell you've been crying and you need somebody to talk to. Another song I think is Deja Vu and Upgrade You. Those two songs, not only do they just get me hyped, but like the musical, the way that the songs were written, it was just they're just so
yeah, I could definitely hear that. What's your favorite song to perform?
My favorite song to perform? I don't know. Let me think. This is a hard question. It's different because I'm performing on Instagram Live more than I am, Clubhouse more than I am on a stage.
Yeah.
But it'll have to be If Only You Knew by
Patty. Yeah.
Or I Have Nothing by Whitney Houston.
Ooh. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna make a request. Because just because you said it, you said Batman. So now we gotta hear it.
I shouldn't have done it.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Whitney? Okay, let me see. I just gotta make sure I got the key right. Let me.
She's a singer. You see that?
I gotta make sure I got the key. Okay. Almost there.
All right.
Okay.
You're good.
I have nothing.
She's looking it up. So for those who are listening on the podcast, the audio podcast, she's currently looking up the song "I Have Nothing" on her.
Well, while we wait,
movie.
we can just look at the comments.
You can look at the comments. Oh, she says, Dwayne says, "I love your voice, but I gotta go. Keep up the good work." That's done. My wife said this is a beautiful song, such a beautiful song, and I'm talking over the audio because I don't want to get this video muted. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You got it?
Yes.
All right.
Here we go. Share my life. Take me for what I am. 'Cause I'll never change all my colors for you. Take my love. I'll never ask for too much. Just all that you are and everything that you do. I don't really need to look very much further. And I have to go where you don't follow. I will back again. This passion inside, I can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hide. Well, don't make me close one more door. I don't want to hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you dare. Must I imagine you there? Don't walk away from me, no. I have nothing if I don't have you.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. Girl, listen.
Your
What-
voice is so amazing.
Whatever you release in your life, I will purchase. Whatever. Like, just like pick up the Bible and just start like singing scriptures, and I'm here for it. I do want to touch on this before we get off. You've mentioned a lot about your faith. Can you talk a little bit about how your faith has carried you through this journey towards finding yourself in music?
Finding myself in music. I believe that God has shown me through various occasions that when I am singing, whatever it is that I'm singing, I should do it through Him. And I say that because sometimes I'll sing something that has nothing to do with scripture, and somebody's like, I felt God. And these are people who may not even believe, but I've heard that before. And so it's rare that God will give you confirmation that clearly. So I do believe that God has been telling me that everything that I do should be through Him. And it's scripture that whatever we do for Him. So whatever my work is. But in music, I haven't always been confident. I like my voice. And there has been a lot of ebb and flow with my confidence and my self-esteem when it comes to both singing on stage and singing in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I can't even tell you. Once I get over something, I tend to forget exactly what it was like. But I know that there was a point when I couldn't even get one video in without judging myself and calling something or another thing in the performance a failure and saying like, having perfectionism. And I'm pretty sure in this perfectionism side of being an artist, any art that you do, not even just singing, but God has shown me through different people. So I had a coach one time to say, embrace your mistakes. And when he said that to me, I knew immediately that I didn't have to be a slave to my own mind.
Yeah.
And since then, I think I was 15 years old when he said that to me, and it stuck. It really stuck when he said, embrace your mistakes.
Yeah.
Best advice. And even to this day, I try not to judge myself in the middle of singing, but God has shown me. I just definitely believe He's been showing me through different people. Every step of the way, He's just carried me. And I would pray like, God, what do you want me to do today? Like, what do you want this to sound like? Who do you want to touch? And why am I even doing this? Should I be doing secular music? Should I be doing gospel music? What does it look like? And then He'll just put another opportunity in front of me like this. And He'll just give me the confirmation or the guidance in the middle of it.
I love that. I love that. Wow. That's powerful. What do you think, Isis?
That was amazing. You could be a poet.
I know
too.
that was long-winded.
No. Trust me, we don't mind long answers here. I'm trying to give her a chance to ask her last question before I start to close. No, she said her favorite songs to sing. She didn't say her
Okay,
favorite
well,
songs.
what are your 3 favorite songs?
Ooh, it's the hardest question in the world, I think. Knocks Me Off My Feet by Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
Will Someone Ever Look at Me That Way? But Shalea's version. If you guys haven't heard that, it's not a song that she wrote, but Barbara Streisand made it famous when she did her musical called Yentl. But just go to Spotify or go to YouTube. Will Someone Ever Look at Me That Way by Shalea? It's just good content. And PJ Morton. How did I forget PJ Morton when you asked me about who influences me?
Yes, PJ. Nuts.
And her. I forgot her too. But
her's nuts.
anyway, PJ's song Claustrophobic. Yeah.
That's on like every playlist I have.
Yes.
That sounds like on every. It's like yes, all of them.
Right now, that's my concise answer. There are 1,000,001 songs that I could have chosen, but those 3 just came to mind.
What are your 3 favorite songs, Isis?
Yes.
My 3 favorite songs are
All Glee versions.
no,
Go ahead.
some of them, but Someone Like You from Adele. You'll Be Back from Hamilton.
Yes.
Jonathan Grove sang it. And Don't Stop Believing Glee version.
Yeah.
Yes, she likes the Glee version of everything.
She's cultured.
See, I did good. Did I do well?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, cool. All right. So she loves Glee. She's seen every episode of Glee.
That's
3
nice.
times. So yeah.
I'm a fan of Glee.
Yes. So
What's your favorite character?
Oh boy.
What was Alex Newell's character?
Who's Alex Newell? Isis.
Alex Newell. Do you know? It was the other black female, but like black guy, but was like in the trans community.
Unique,
yeah.
I don't know her real name, but
Yeah. Her real name is Alex Newell.
oh, okay.
Oh wow. So this person was on Glee and they're in the trans community?
Yes. And she's bound right now. Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. It's the character Mo. She's the character Mo.
Okay. Nice. Well, look at that. I learned something new just watching you two. Isis, next question.
My last question.
You know the question. You don't gotta look at it. Go ahead. You know the question.
Oh, so to end this call,
As we begin to wrap,
to end this broadcast, what are your how can we find you on social media handles and how can we find you on social media?
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram at Rachel Sim Webb. That's RachelSimWebb. And you can also find me on Facebook. I don't get on Facebook at all. I don't get on Twitter. You can probably just find me here.
So this video is actually live on Facebook right now and YouTube. So hopefully you'll friend me so I can at least tag you in the video and
Yes.
your people can see it. Like that's
Yeah.
what we do. We have a small community here, but we're growing. And like you said, I don't chase with this show. We don't try to chase like viralness. We really just want to create a genuine show where people can come on and have great discussions and like be exposed to like dope people like you. I wanted to say before we close that one, you remind me of my daughter, Javaria, who's watching, because you are a sweater turtleneck girl, and she is a sweater turtleneck girl. I want to show her picture. I don't know where she went. She is at Clemson University, and she is 18 years old, and she also sings. She also deals with confidence, but she's such a good singer. She's such a good singer. And I hope that listening to you tonight gave her some confidence because she's also an amazing singer. But yeah, it's once you remind me of her, just your mannerisms and like your sweater. So thank you for that because we miss her and she's far away. And secondly, I just want to say I want to thank you again and encourage you in your journey to remain uniquely and genuinely who God has made you and the person that God is pushing you to be. I know that we all have our struggles and we all have our things that we deal with, but I want you to know that God made you special, and girls like Isis need to see special ladies like you, because they give people like you give girls like her a real reason to believe in themselves and to believe in what God can do through them. So thank you. Thank you
so much for having me. This has been an amazing time. Nice to meet you, Isis. And Javaria. Nice to meet you, even though we didn't meet. This is an amazing platform. I wish you the best, and I pray blessings over your entire company and all the things that you do with songwriting and interviewing and all the other things you do. I'm pretty sure you're a jack of all trades.
I'm a jack of mad trades, yo.
Yeah, and your family, yes. And pray blessings over your family, your wife, your children. If you have a dog.
I've done 132 episodes. Nobody's ever prayed blessings over my family. Thank you. That means a lot.
Of course.
That means a lot. And I want you to make me one promise.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever when you release that song, that you'll send it to me. But two, when you decide to release an album, whenever it is, you'll come back so we can do a check-in and find out where you're going. Like, and I don't even care, like, if you just like, even if you don't have music coming out and you just want to come on a platform and talk to people, we're your South Carolina family.
Okay, come on, South Carolina. I feel like I knew that. Do you consider yourselves to be in the South?
We South Carolina created the South because like when the South seceded from the North, Charleston, South Carolina wrote the chapter, and like they were the first state to secede. So we sort of are officially the beginning of the South. Mm-hmm. North Carolina is also a part of the South. Virginia doesn't think they're the South, but they're definitely the South.
But they are.
Yeah, they're definitely the South. Now, Florida is not the South.
How so?
Because Florida is its own country.
You know what? They are different.
They're different. Florida's just a different place. Florida's a different place. But Texas, y'all are the South. Y'all came late to the party, but y'all are the South.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, y'all did. Y'all still Mexico. Y'all like northern Mexico.
Right.
Yeah.
And I wish I could speak Spanish. All I can do is like in the lines. I don't know if I told you, but I do retail right now, which it's over. This is my last week, but thank God. Sometimes I get a customer who speaks Spanish, and like I'll tell them their total in Spanish.
Ah, nice.
But these days it's more difficult because I'm going in a while. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. This has been great.
I love it. Thank you so much. Any parting thoughts before we close?
No, I don't have anything in my head right now. I'm just living on cloud 9 right now. I'm like,
yeah, you did it. I mean, like you really did. Oh, I gotta ask this question. What happened with Dreamgirls?
Oh yeah, okay, really quick.
Very quickly.
Didn't work in my schedule. And knowing that I had a job in retail, like we were just talking about it. Retail, you cannot take weekends off.
Yeah.
So I was hoping to kind of like switch up my schedule, work in the mornings, and then catch the rest of the rehearsal in the evening time or the rest of the afternoon. But all in all, it didn't work in the schedule for Dreamgirls. And so they were just like, you know what, it's okay. Maybe our next performance. So I was okay with that.
How dare they?
Yeah.
Hey, things like this happen all the time.
It happens all the time in showbiz.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the game.
Yeah.
Well, whatever
Well,
you
I want to say that you did really good, and
Yeah.
your voice is amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Isis. I accept it.
She's very encouraging. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I want to thank you for joining us. Thank you, Rachel. You are an amazing human being. And I cannot wait to see what you do in the future. God has definitely got his hands on you. And I want to thank everybody for watching. This has been Real Talk with ReZsaun Tuesday night. Tomorrow night, we'll be back with Dr. Wes Bellamy, who is a South Carolina native, and he's currently a city councilman in Charlottesville, Virginia. So we're going to talk to him. He was a councilman when the whole thing happened with the young lady getting run over during the Charlottesville protests. So we're going to be talking about, all things going on politically. We're going to talk about Black Lives Matter. We're going to talk about what's going on in the world. My name is ReZsaun Lewis. This has been Real Talk with ReZsaun. Always remember that God is everything, and without him, we are nothing. So never forget where your help comes from. And if a man doesn't stand for something, he's bound to fall for anything.
And that's Real Talk with ReZsaun.
Peace.
Yeah.
Oh, where's my brand stuff? I don't got no music. So we're just going to cut it without music. Peace.